Yeah, in today's tutorial, we are going to be teaching you guys how to link a file using JavaScript. I mean, linking a JavaScript file and linking a CSS file. So, the linking of a thing, even you want to link a website or you want to link um, um, something like an image, so there are various and different procedures you can follow to do that. So for instance, let's start with a simple CSS file. um, if we come to our menu, we'll see that we have a folder called HTML. That is the name of the folder. Now when you tap on the folder, you find out that we have index.html, main.js, style.css. Sorry, for most of us that are not used to this editor, this is a mobile editor known as SPCK editor. Is used as an IDE used for um, a mobile coding and programming stuff like that. So that's what I'm using right now. So we have the index.html, main.js, and site.css. Index.html is an HTML um, file. Main.js is a JavaScript file, and style.css is a style sheet file. So now I click on my index.html, you will see that in the index.html we have all the setups. So for me not to confuse you guys, I'm going to remove the meta tags. So I'm going to get rid of the meta tags so you can see what we have there. So we have our head tag, and inside our head tag we have our title tag, and the title is given as HTML. So I can change that to linking. So now our head tag, we have our body, and that is it. Okay, so want to learn how to link external files into our HTML. So starting from the CSS file, if you want to link a CSS file, you use a tag called link. So I'm going to type link, and there's a suggestion there, you just tap on it. So when you tap on it, this is what you are going to see. You are going to see rel with a style sheet telling that you are dealing, the file type is a style sheet. Then you have your href, which is the name of the file you want to link, the name of the CSS file you want to link. But at first, let us run this and see what happens. If we run it, you see that it is just blank and there is nothing to show there, just a blank web page, nothing there. So we want to add our CSS file. So tap on your menu, then you click on your style.css. So I've clicked on my style.css, and you discover that this is the only thing that is on our style.css. So for us to make it over, so we're gonna start with a simple syntax. I'm gonna put background color. So I'm gonna select background color. I'm gonna choose green. Okay, let me choose green. Okay, so I think I like this green yellow, looks nice. So now if I click on my HTML and run it, you see that nothing happens because the file is another file entirely, and there is no connection between the file and your HTML file. So in our HTML file we are going to link it. So we have created our link tag that is going to link our style sheet. So we just click on the href is equals to, now the href real, all these ones you see me highlighted, sorry, this and this, all of these are known as attributes. They are known as attribute. The lang, which is language, is equals to English. The English, the en stands for English there, which is the value of your attribute. Your real is another attribute, and the value is set to style sheet. And your href is another attribute, and we are going to set it to the name of the css file we want to link. The name of the css file is known as style.css, so you're going to write style.css. So good and fine. So if you run it, we expect it to show up. We expect the color of the page to change, and boom, this is it. This is the color of the page we are looking for. So that is linking an external file. Example, a css file. Now on the other hand, we want to link a JavaScript file. So we're going to start with scripts. So you click on it, and you are given this tag, a script tag, which have an opening and a closing tag. Now note, the link tag does not have a closing tag, it's just an opening tag with attributes. But our script tag has an opening and a closing tag. That means you can also write your JavaScript code in between. You can write your JavaScript code in between here, and you can also link your external JavaScript code using an attribute. That is what it means. So I can come in here and write src, which means source. Src stands for source. So I want to look for the source of where the file is located. So you see that our main.js file is located in the same folder. It is being located in the same folder with HTML file. So we are going to call, and the name of our JS file is main.js, so we are going to call that. So you click on this and put the main.js file. So, and that is it. So let's look whether there's something there. So we expect that this console.log hello world should be console log in our web page. So we expect to see hello world in our page. So let's see. So boom, and this is it. So you can see our hello world here. So if you want to write something on your page, you can click on it and still write something like documents.write. So you put your bracket, then you're going to put in a string, welcome to wasting technology. So I'm going to come to this and play it. So you can see it has been written on it, welcome to wasting technology. That is, our JavaScript is running fine and it is linked as it ought to. So that is linking files, external files, to your HTML files. So now, what if we don't have these files on the same folder? For instance, we have it on another folder. So I'm going to create another folder, a new folder. Click on new folder. I'm going to call this design. I'm gonna call it design. I'm gonna click OK. So we have another folder called design. Then I want to move this guy. So I want to move my style sheet, this style sheet here. I want to move it, so I'm going to place cut. Then I'll come to here, click here and click on paste. So now we discover that inside our design we have our CSS file, and let's go back to our page. Okay, let me create another one, another folder, new folder, and this folder I'm going to call it active. I click OK. Now you can see we have design folder and active folder, which are these. So I'm going to cut this. I'm going to cut from the main and come to active and paste it there. Click on paste. So now you see that what we only have here is index.html. And now if I run my application, I click on run, you see it comes back to nothing. The page is empty and the file is empty because this main.js is not located in the same folder as the script, so we can't do that. So now how can we get an access to those files in there? Want to access it? So you come to your style.css, then you click on the name. So our style sheet is inside a folder called what? Design. So inside the design folder you will see style.css. So you come in there and you type design, then you put slash. Can you see what I've done? That means go into the design folder slash, then look for a file called style.css. That is what the linking is about. So if we run that, let's see what's going to happen. And boom, our background color is back. You understand? Now the next thing is our HTML2 our script file 2 is going through the same situation. When you run it, you see that there is no hello world and there is no welcome to wasting technology. So how can we bring that back? You come to this, right? You see that our JavaScript file is inside a new file. I've moved it to a file called active. So inside the active you see main. So you can come in here and still add something like active, then slash main. That means I'm telling to look how will you get access to the JavaScript file. You need to look for a folder called active, then look for a file called main.js. So let's run that and see if it works. And wow, this is it. So we have welcome to wasting technology, then we have hello world. So that is the main stuff there. So we're able to link it from another folder. I'm able to link it in the same folder. So as times goes on, you can even create another folder inside your main.access, and you still call it something else. At least you can still call it boy or whatever, or you can call it script, and you still put in. So for instance, now if for instance this is our active, right? Then inside this active I create a new folder again and I call it scripts. Right? So now inside our active, we have a script folder. Now I now move this my main, I cut it and I paste it in our script folder. So in our script folder there is main.js, and inside the main.js is inside a script folder, and that script folder is inside another folder called active folder. So if for instance I want to access my main.js, what am I going to do? The same thing I have been doing throughout. You can still put it this way. You can come in and still put at the back of it, you can call it, we call it script, so you put script and you put slash again. Oh sorry, I've forgotten that I was dealing with JavaScript, not this. So I'll come to our active. So I'll say go to our an active, a folder called active. Then in the folder called active, you will see another folder. The name of the folder is scripts. Right? Let's check it out. So active script, then main.js. The name of the folder is script. Then inside the script folder you are going to see a file called main.js. Now let's run that and see how it looks like. So it still works, so you can see. So this is it. Now what about in a situation whereby our HTML is in another folder? So I'm going to close all this, then I'm going to create another folder from our HTML, a new folder, and I'm going to call this folder action or home. I'm going to call it home. Now I'm going to move our HTML file and paste it in the home. Yeah, so now we have three folders. We have active folder, we have design folder, and we have home folder. So when you open our home folder, you are going to see our HTML. You open our design folder, you are going to see our style.css. Then you open our active folder, you are going to see script. Then you open the script, you are going to see main.js. Now if we come back to our HTML and run it, you see that it is blank, nothing there, and we want to have access to those files. How can we do that? As simple, you click on it. When you click on it, you click on dot dot, then you click on a slash. Now what is dot dot slash simply means? Dot dot slash simply means come outside from the folder that I am. You understand? HTML is in a folder called action. It simply means come outside from action folder, then look for a folder called design. Then you enter inside the design folder, then look for a file called style. Now if you click on it now, you see we expect it has run. So use the dot dot slash to come out from a folder. We'll come to this place to the same thing, but then we'll put our slash. That means come outside from our action folder, then look for a folder called active, then look for another folder inside the folder active called script, then look for main.js. Then when you run it, and we expect to see all those things we have back. So finally, what about in a situation whereby in our home tag I still create another folder called house. Okay, then I'm gonna cut this. I'm gonna paste it inside the house. So now inside the home you are going to see house. Inside the house you are going to see index.html. Now I want to link this file. What am I going to do? Now if we run this, we see that it assumes blank, nothing there. So how can we solve that? The same way we have been doing it, I'm going to add another dot dot slash. Dot dot slash means come outside from the present folder that I am. You now put another dot dot slash again. Now say come outside again from this folder. So dot dot slash is coming out from house. Dot dot slash is coming out from home. And after coming out from home, what you will see is active and design, which is this active and design we have here. Now that we have done that, the next thing is to look for a folder called active, then look for another folder in that active called script, then look for main.js. So when you click on it, and boom, you see welcome to wasting technology and hello world. So now the next thing is we want to do the same thing to our style sheet. So now we are telling the HTML file to come outside from the house folder by using dot dot slash, then come outside from the design, then look for a folder called from house, then from home, then look for a folder called design, then locate in that design folder, you see a file called style.css. So now when we run it, we expect our background color to change, and this is it. So we have come to the end of this tutorial. Please, I'm begging you, you want to see simplified tutorial like this one. I know there are many sources that are teaching this, but I've tried to make this as simple as possible, that you should be able to understand. You should be able to understand the 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 basics and everything you need to know about linking. So please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel.